us guys are just got to like, just almost like man up and just talk about it a bit more. Hi, my name's Nick, and today we're going to watch some movies and see how they portray cancer. I was diagnosed with stage 3 bowel cancer in February 2021. Thankfully, I'm now in remission, and I'm excited to check these movies out. So up next, we're going to watch Creed, which is the sequel to Rocky, and it's got Sylvester Stallone in it, which is the da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Is that how it goes? I think that's how the theme tune goes.
Mr. Balboa. Thanks for coming in on such short notice. Well, we went through your test results, and your biopsy came back showing signs of large cell non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
What's that do?
Well, it's a form of cancer. I know that sounds scary, but the good news is we caught it early. However, we will have to remove the tumor in your lymph nodes and start chemotherapy immediately.
That is, so when I got told I had cancer, I had to have a colonoscopy when they said we're 95% sure that you had cancer. And then I had to have a CT scan, an MRI, and some more biopsies taken. And I got this phone call. I was walking my dog and it was snowing, and they said, you've got a T4 tumour, which basically means I've got a massive tumour near my bum. And how he just closed his eyes is literally what I did, just standing in the middle of a random field full of snow, closing my eyes thinking, fuck, like what's gonna happen? And then being told what the plan is, which is basically chemotherapy and radiotherapy every day. Yeah, it was just like the weirdest feeling.
My wife tried that.
Mr. Balboa, as far as options for treatment, this is the best plan of action.
No, I understand, but my wife tried that, and I don't think I want to do it. Didn't turn out so good, but it's okay.
With treatment, you'll still have a very good chance of recovery. Without it...
That must be such a horrible feeling, like knowing that your wife has had cancer and is now like not here anymore. I'm not married, but both my parents have had cancer, so I have like some experience of what it feels like knowing something that's really close to you going through like the worst thing ever. So I can understand that he's putting barriers up to be like, no thanks, I don't want to do this, let me just like get on with my life.
I'm okay with it, really.
Well, at least take these. It has information on your diagnosis and options for treatment. We can start...
Thank you very much. Oh, listen, I appreciate it if you wouldn't say nothing to nobody, okay?
I don't know if it was because I was 33 when I got diagnosed, but my view was, you tell me, doctors and nurses, what you want me to do, and I will do it. But I don't know, like if you're of a sort of slightly older generation where you think like, I don't want to go through this, I've had enough crap in my life, I don't want to have chemotherapy, I don't want to have radiotherapy, I just want to enjoy the rest of the time I've got. But for me, it was very much, right, what's the plan? You tell me, I'll be there, let's do this, let's just like crack on. And then unfortunately for me, mine was really far advanced, but the doctors gave me such a clear plan of attack to beat cancer that I was very much like, right, let's crack on, when can we start?
How do you think you can get more blokes like talking openly about it?
I think like men just in general have that kind of attitude that like, oh, I'll be fine, I don't want to talk about it, like it won't happen to me, shrug it off, like, you know, you might know somebody else that it's happened to, but they just don't want to talk about it. But I think like us guys are just got to like, just almost like man up and just talk about it a bit more. When I was going through radiotherapy, I was sitting in sort of the waiting room outside, and the first time I went there, I was absolutely bricking it because I was told what was going to happen, but at the same time you're thinking, what the hell is going to happen? And I sat down, and everybody in there were men. There was no women in there, and they were all like probably north of 65. And I sat down, and they just said like sorry mate, I think you're in the wrong place. I think you're in the place. Like, no, I've got cancer. And they were like, oh my God, like how, you know, like you can't have cancer. Like, how old are you? And I was like, yeah, I'm 33. They ended up calling me young one because we were all on like the same schedule. So like, all right, young one, how's it going? So it was like me and the lads every day going in for our radiotherapy, wearing our red socks because that's what you have to do when you have radiotherapy. But I actually really liked that. That was such a nice sort of experience chatting to other people about it. And I think that's what guys especially, that's what we need to do. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like and you leave your comments and we will see you next time.